just the fact that there are transgender people out there living their lives, literally not sure if they're going to be catcalled on the street, beaten, killed, raped, just because of how they look. Like, just because somebody looked at them and was like, "You're not like me." Like, according to UCLA, 69% of transgender people experience homelessness at some point throughout their life. According to UCLA, about 50 to 56% of transgender people have been harassed not only by law enforcement, but in their own schools and in their own homes, whether that be sexually, physically, by being harmed, or verbally. About the same number experience sexual abuse, neglect, and other types of trauma in and out of school, their own homes, day-to-day life, walking around stores, walking around out in public, online especially. That's over half of that population of people. And yet, so little is being done for that. Every morning I wake up and I go through some of my notifications. I have my notifications turned off on my phone, that way I don't get them constantly, because that'd be really overwhelming and annoying. So go to the app and I have to click on the notifications and filter through the ones that show up at the top. I do that for my Snapchat, I do that for my Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. But so far YouTube is currently one of my bigger platforms next to Instagram, and YouTube is really the main place that I've been more myself than any other platform. I've been more raw. And I've noticed that that hasn't really been working in my favor. I mean, it has, because I don't want to say that, I love YouTube, and I love the things that I get to do here. And I love all the people that I help. I see people every single day. When I'm filtering through those comments, I see so many comments about, thank you for this video, thank you for that video. I relate to it, it helped me get through this, it helped me do this, it helped me get a job, it helped me to, stuff like that. And there's so many of those, and they make me so happy, and I love seeing them. But then, in between those, there are so many comments just saying things like, I'll insert a few here. I'm gonna blur out their names because they don't deserve the attention. But their comments do. Because these are the type of comments I see. These are just a few of the comments that I see every single day at the top of my comments feeds. And I know I should ignore them because there's so many other more positive ones. But and trust me, these aren't the worst comments I've got. I've gotten other negative comments, but these ones in particular bother me because I've seen so many of them. I see so many people literally targeting transgender people in all kinds of comment sections, but especially mine. And that bothers me. Why? I have a question. First of all, who are you and why are you so concerned with what other people have going on in their underwear? That sounds like a psychological problem you have going on in your own head. To be able to watch somebody's material online having nothing to do with their sex, with their body, with their gender, with any of that. And for your first thought and question to be what do they have going on in their underwear? Like, what do they have going on between their legs? I don't understand. Like, that seems like a really primitive mindset, you know? Like, it seems like those people haven't really advanced far enough intellectually. Like, to just see somebody and the first thing you wonder is, do you have a vagina or a penis? Like, really, bro? That's all of everything that I talked about. Any of everything that whoever, you know, is receiving these comments talked about. That's the one thing you have on your mind. Like, that's the one thing you gathered. That's the one thing that you thought of. Like, but that's not even, like, the part that bothers me. Because, see, I can show you examples day in and day out that I have, where I have people saying things like, I don't mean to offend you, I'm just genuinely curious, but are you a boy or a girl? Or are you transgender? That's, like, cool. Like, it's understandable to be curious because I'm assuming that to some I look like a boy and to some I look like a girl. And that's not what bothers me. Like, I get that everywhere I go. I go to Walmart and I get called, hey, excuse me, sir. And I respond to both. I respond to him and her at this point. But that's not what I'm trying to get at. Like, those people are respectful about it. You know, those are slip-ups. Those are mistakes. Those are honest mistakes. And then I respond to those comments. The fact that there are people in my comment section and in all these other comment sections that I see from other people's posts and, like, videos that are so transphobic, it's fucking disgusting. Like, there's no other word for it. It's fucking disgusting. You are fucking disgusting. Like, what I have going on underneath my clothing is none of your concern, first of all. It's what anybody has under anybody's clothing is none of y'all's concern. Like, my gender does not dictate the things that I say. Like, I don't... What is it with everybody... See, I see so many posts about people that are so upset with, like, gender nowadays and how, you know, they don't believe in this, that, or the other, but, like, the only people that are making those comments are cisgendered people. Like, the only people that are having issues with genders are the ones that shouldn't be having an issue with their gender if they're so stuck on the fact that there's man and woman and that they should stay man and woman. Like, if you're so stuck on that, okay, cool, keep that to yourself. But the fact that you're going out of your way and commenting on other people's posts, asking them if they're transgender, asking them, like, or and then so what if I was, basically. So what if I was? Then what? Are you gonna stop, like, watching my video? Am I, like, less of a person? Like, what is the point in asking me if I'm transgender unless you're trying to say that people who are transgender are less of a person? Like, what is your point in asking? Especially in the ways that people ask. Like, so what if I was? Like, how about, what if I am? Then what? Literally say something, please. See, that's the issue. 60 to 65% of all transgender people will kill themselves or attempt to kill themselves. And it's literally because of comments like this. Because of people like you. So what if I was transgender? What if I did kill myself over some shit like that? People do that every single day, bro. You're not cool. You're a horrible person. People are literally dying because of that. It's not funny. It's one thing. I think every woman should... I've heard this from a couple other celebrities too, but I'm sure this isn't the reason they had in mind when they said it. I think every woman should shave their head, or at least cut their hair very short at some point in their life. because it's a very humbling experience. It opens your eyes to a lot of things. Especially the way, like, other people treat other people, and the way that other people's minds work socially. When I had long hair, I could get away with not wearing makeup on most days, as long as I, you know, at least brushed my hair and dressed appropriate, wore a bra. I could get around walking around in public and I'd be, you know, greeted, thank you ma'am, yes ma'am, no ma'am. I'd be smiled at by strangers, not like in a creepy way, but in like a polite way. Like, you know, there's a difference whenever you walk past somebody and then they go like, or they go. Like, there's so many different ways you can walk past somebody, and like 70% of the human language is through body language. It's not even verbal. So whenever you just walk past somebody, there's so many things that people give off to you. So when I had long hair, when I looked more feminine, when I looked more like a real woman, I was treated with respect. I was treated like a human. You know, I had people refer to me as ma'am. I had people refer to me as, they just, you know, they'd open up doors for me. They'd just be, you know, it's very obvious when people are going out of their way to be disrespectful is what I'm trying to get at. Once I cut my hair, assuming I'm not wearing full face of makeup, not only in my videos, but especially in real life, the way people start to treat you when they start to question your gender. So even though I am a woman, I was born one, I still identify as one, but just because of the length of my hair, I'm not treated as one. I'm not even treated as a human. It's pretty safe to say that. Not by all people, but by a lot of people. So that's kind of definitely why it's humbling, because it brings a lot of different realizations. For one, people are dying every single day because of the shit people say to each other. Over the stupidest things. Like, me cutting my hair socially it's almost like a social leprosy, not leprosy, but it's like, people look at somebody and when they see that you're different, they treat you different. And it's never in a good, there's a good different and a bad different. Just the fact that there are transgender people out there living their lives, literally not sure if they're going to be catcalled on the street, beaten, killed, raped, just because of how they look. Like, just because somebody looked at them and was like, you're not like me. Like, you know, there are crows. Most crows and blackbirds, they're all black, hence the name. You know, there's albinism. In humans, there's albinism in pretty much every animal species. But with crows, whenever an albino crow is born, all the black crows, so the regular crows, attack it and kill it and they eat it. Because it's not like them. It's different and it's not accepted. See, as humans, you'd think that we'd have evolved farther from that, you know? We've come so far technologically and, like, as a society. You'd think that we'd, like, have come from, we'd have evolved and moved on from that, right? But Every single day I wake up, in my comment section, the people I come in contact with on a day-to-day basis in Walmart, you know, just grocery stores. I don't even want to leave my house without a full face of makeup and a fucking skirt on with my short hair without being afraid of being catcalled or harassed or called something. Just... And then online, it's a whole other animal. Like, just the fact that we're literally, or at least not all of us, but so many of us are still at the same level of animals. Like, that just blows my mind. The fact that they're so socially and mentally far behind is just astounding, and no matter what walk of life somebody's from, whether they're a man, a woman, both, whether they're neither, whatever they identify as, that shouldn't change your perception of who they are as a person. That, like, the same thing goes for your race. Like, if somebody's black, white, Hispanic, Asian, it shouldn't matter. Like, you shouldn't change your perception of who they are as a person. It should just be the same thing with their sexual orientation. Are they into guys, girls, both, neither? It shouldn't change how you treat them as a person. Like, as long as they aren't going out of their way to harm you, they're not doing anything to hurt you or someone that you know, what are you so angry about? What is it inside your head that's causing you to just be so hateful and to just act out on the things that you don't understand in such a negative, violent way? That's something deep down and psychological in your brain that you need to work through. Don't just go around taking it out on people because you don't understand them. Start to understand yourself. I'm sick and tired of seeing this shit all over my comment section everywhere I go. It's disgusting. Fix yourself. People are dying. It's like, it's not okay. Moral of the story is, I'm a woman. I'm a cisgendered woman. Meaning I was born a woman. I still identify as a woman. Ovaries, vagina, titties, the whole bit. But if I was transgender, I think it's definitely safe to say you could suck my fucking dick. And honestly, if I get demonetized on YouTube for this video, so fucking be it. I got other ways of making money. This needed to be said. So fuck you.